Okay, so for number 7, I'm gonna let you read the story. So if you haven't read the story yet, press pause now and read it yourself. If you read it and told me what the story was about, you have Miss M, who plans to go to Rosarito and Puerto Nuevo, and she wants to compare the different prices for hotel fees. So for Rosarito, I'm going to represent that as R of X. Okay, remember R of X is just a name. You could use whatever you want, F of X, G of X, but if you're going to use something that's not very obvious that that's standing for Rosarito, then I probably would use R of X. Or you could also label it on the side too if you want. And then for Puerto Nuevo, I'm going to use P of X. Okay, so for letter A, it says to write a system of equations. A lot of you guys, I noticed you're already setting the equations equal to each other on step A. That's not what step A is asking you to do. Step A wants you to write two separate equations. That's called a system. So for Rosarito, which is R of X, which is R of X, she has to pay a $20 reservation fee plus $150 per night. And we don't know how many nights she's staying, so X represents how many nights. Okay, so she has to pay $150 per night plus 20 bucks. And then for Puerto Nuevo, she has to pay $200 for a reservation fee plus $60 per night. And those are the two equations. This is called a system. For letter B, it says determine and state how many days it will take for Miss M to pay the same amount. So when you hear the word same, you should be thinking equal, right? Same means equal. So what you want to do is set your R of X equal to P of X. You want to set those two equations equal to each other. So it's going to be 20 plus 150x equal to 200 plus 60x. And then you solve. So first I want to get all my x's on one side. So I'm going to subtract 60x, subtract 60x. I'm also going to subtract 20 on the same line so I can save room. So what's going to happen is 20 minus 20 cancels. 150x minus 60x is 90x. 200 minus 20 is 180. And then the 60x minus 60x cancel. And then to get x all by itself, you would have to divide by 90. And so x is equal to 2. So it would take 2 days to stay at these two hotels for them to be the same cost. And that's letter B. For letter C, it says if Miss M plans to stay in Mexico for 3 nights, which resort will be cheaper? So what you'd want to do here is plug in 3, because she's staying for 3 nights, into R of X and P of X and see which one is going to be cheaper. So let's plug the first one into Rosarito, which is R of X. Remember, if I'm putting R of 3, that means I'm plugging in 3 for the X value. So that's going to be 20 plus 150 times 3. 150 times 3 is 450. And then 20 plus 450 is 470. So for Miss M to stay in Rosarito for 3 nights, it costs $470. And then if we go and plug in 3 into P of X, we get 200 plus 60 times 3. 60 times 3 is 180. And then 200 plus 180 is 380. So it would be cheaper to stay at Puerto Nuevo if Miss M plans to stay for 3 nights. Remember, I will be looking for a sentence, so you may want to write, Miss M should stay at Puerto Nuevo if she plans to stay for 3 nights, since she will save $90. Okay, and that's it.